What's up guys, it's AJ Lapray. Today I have a heavily requested video. You guys have been wondering how you can make your shot more consistent and make shots easier, and that's what we're gonna go through today. Today we're gonna show you how to easily improve your jump shot in like 10 minutes. So it's gonna be super simple. We're just gonna walk through some basic things that I do every day when I step into the gym. I come out and I do these simple drills, whether I'm in outdoor court, inside court, it doesn't matter. This is what I go through to make sure my jump shot is as consistent as ever, all right? So we're gonna start out with, this is what I tell people a lot lately with your feet. It doesn't matter if they're straight, pointed this way a little bit. I mean, if they're freaking pointed backwards, guys, then, you know, that's probably not right. So just try to keep them forward as much as you can. But the most important thing is to have your shoulders square to the basket, okay? So when a lot of people turn their feet sideways, they also turn their shoulders. And we don't want that because your elbow's gonna end up over here, this and that. But when your feet are pointed forward, it's easier to get your shoulders pointed forward, and that will make a consistent shot to where it'll easily go in. So we're gonna work on, we want to start out with one hand. We're gonna have the ball out in front of us like this, not like this, but out in front of us like this. So all we have to do is turn it over. And we really wanna try to keep this 90-degree angle. It might be a little less, that's okay. Especially for you younger guys out there that are trying to get more strength into it, it's okay for now to have a little bit of a bend in your elbow. So what we're gonna work on is coming from this starting position up and shooting. And it's important right now to only use your one hand. And when I was younger, guys, I used to do these drills right-handed and left-handed as well. So it'll help you finish around the basket even more. So what I do, I start right here. I try to swish 3 shots in a row, okay? So there's three swishes in a row. I used to not be able to do that when I was younger, come out and just swish 3 in a row without even warming up. But after years of doing this, every single time I step on a court, it becomes easier and easier. So with practice, you'll get better and better. The next thing I would do is I would go over to one of these different spots. So right outside the baseline here, and you notice this angle, you can kind of see better that I am using my legs still, even though I'm close, because we want to get those proper repetitions and consistency as we move further back. Oh! Held my follow through, that's the only reason it went in. I gotta swish one. There we go, that's a swish. And then once I usually go around to all 5 of the spots. So this spot right here, the middle spot, another kind of wing extension, and baseline. So once I make 3 from each of those spots, 3 swishes that is, I take a step back and do the same thing. And guys, it's important to have a good base when you're shooting, as well as your finish up top. This is why we use one hand, because we want to eliminate a lot of movement. So your finish up top should just be right, extended elbow, straight out, and we want to eliminate as much movement as we can. This is what people ask me, and the number one thing to becoming more consistent as a shooter is eliminating movement. A lot of people take their shot from, so they'll catch it, drop it down, bring it up, go up, and then move. That's like 4 different stops on your shot. And what we want to do is eliminate all that. So once we add this other hand in, we want to go from, we catch. We don't need to bring it down. We don't need to bring it down at all. So on the catch, up and in. Eliminate movement. The more we can eliminate the extra unnecessary movement, the more consistent your shot's gonna be. So step into it, catch, up. Hold your follow through until the ball hits the ground. That's what I tell a lot of people. Back rim, doesn't count. I think that was a swish. I think it was, but we need 2 more. And that's the difference. I'll separate you from being a good shooter and a great shooter if you don't settle for those little rim hits, okay? We want swishes and swishes only. Let's get a little good step into it. There's this. Let's get one more swish. I don't even know if I hit net. So these are just some basic warm-up drills I do in the gym every single time I come in, okay? So same thing I would take from this middle spot. After I make 3 over here, I'll go to the baseline, take a step back, 3 swishes over here. And same thing from this other side. Now it is easier if you have a rebounder, you can get them out quicker and someone can pass you the ball in your shooting pocket. But let's just go over those fine details again. Remember our base, we want to have our feet forward because it'll help our shoulders stay square to the basket. It's okay if your feet are a little bit out this way, as long as your shoulders stay square to the basket. I've known plenty of great shooters. I've played with plenty of guys on my college teams that have had their feet out like this, and they're absolute knockdown shooters because they still have their shoulders square to the basket. We want to remember, we start out with one hand. Helps us eliminate extra movement if we can just have this good angle in our arms right here. It's okay to come back a little bit, but you don't want to come down like this, that full-on catapult shot. And then when we add that second hand, we want to be able to catch it, not dip down and come up with all that extra movement, okay? We want to be able to catch it and immediately go up in one fluid motion. That's all it is. So we'll shoot a couple free throws to demonstrate it. Gotta swish them. So this form's gonna be exaggerated right now and slowed down to what I want you guys to do. Catching it, we're keeping it right here, okay? Then we're gonna go up and have good shooting form and hold our follow through. It'll look something like this. Eliminating extra movement will make your shot way more consistent. And the reason I say it's okay to not have your feet pointed at the basket in certain areas is if you're a shooter and you're running around off screens, you're being chased, you're not gonna have all that time to really set up and get the most form fundamental shot. You gotta be a ball player, right? So if you're coming off being chased, you gotta be able to get off quick. And it's okay if they're a little bit off, but your shoulders are definitely gonna be square still. Just quickly coming off a little down screen, flick to yourself. Didn't swish it, we need a swish. There we go, that felt good. But guys, the easiest part of this to improve your shot, just come in close. I know it seems kind of like easy and almost too simple to be coming this close to the basket, but this is really where consistency is formed at its most fundamental case. So we just want to come in close and build that consistent ability to find your shot. And the number one reason I do this every day when I come in the gym is because some days my legs feel different. Some day my upper body feels a little different. So you gotta find it and calibrate your shot to what you're able to do that day. Some days I can step in the gym and make half court shots almost, you know? But other days I'm like, man, I'm rusty. I really need to work on my shot right now. And this is what figures it out. If my legs are tired, I know I'm gonna have to practice to use more legs coming out. My arms are tired. Like right now, my body doesn't feel too great, but since I've done this, I can kind of lock in and know where I need to be shooting and where I need to get the most power from out of my body. So just in review of all this stuff, we wanna remember to have our shoulders square to the basket, our feet as close as we can to getting straight onto the basket. We want to eliminate all this movement, this dipping movement up and in and out like that. We want to be able to catch a ball right here and go straight up. Once we can eliminate that much movement, your shot's going to become way more consistent just off of eliminating that extra movement. Then when we get to the top of our shot, we want to be able to hold that follow through. At the early stages of you practicing this, you want to hold that follow through until you shoot and the ball hits the ground. So I'm going to get one good last rep in before it gets too windy outside right now. Want the ball out front, straight to our shooting pocket, up and in. They hit back rim, so it wouldn't count in my book, but we want to go for those swishes. Make 3 swishes in a row, take a step back. If you can do that, you're going to make yourself a better shooter just by holding yourself accountable to swishes only, okay? I mean, a lot of guys out there, if they hit rim, they count it as a miss, okay? There's certain games you can play at the free throw line where you're shooting free throws, only counts as a make if you swish it. It counts as a miss, a -2 if you hit rim. So there's certain ways you can hold yourself accountable, but for the most part, just try to knock those swishes down. Take a little step back if you need to. Use your legs if you're feeling like your shot is short. hold that follow through, knock it down. If you guys want to see more tutorial videos like this helping you improve your game somehow, let me know in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to smash that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace!